So what's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Teenage Hurdles, the podcast. My name is Henry, and I am so happy that you're back once again, joining us for another episode. Today, I guess following on from Peter's episode last time, I'm joined here with another very special guest. I'm so excited to talk with him because he is, as you've probably seen from the title already, so I don't know why I'm hyping it up already. But today's guest I have is Mr. Maxim Moiseyev. So Maxim, I've actually always been extremely kind of amazed by. I've always been I've just been in awe just by like the success and once again the transformation that you've had over this journey, which is why I think it makes your success even more amazing, because you really had that big stepping stone superhero transformation going on. So I guess, welcome, Maxim. There's so much stuff I want to.
Well, yeah, thanks for having me. It's a little bit of a yeah, maybe not a superhero, but
I mean, kind of superhero.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I mean, Maxim is literally like Top Gun, the top G at our school for academics.
I mean, there's arguably a few of us, but yeah,
one of the top G's, baby.
We're probably
one of the top G's.
Hopefully, getting there is the idea. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure, but like, would you be Dux right now potentially?
Well, okay, so I think there's three.
Mm-hmm.
I think the idea is there's three people right now that could go onto it. And I think throughout the term, it was me maybe, and then maybe now it's someone else. Simply after a few assessments have hit me hard or hit someone else hard.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's all up in the air until trials and HSC, anyways. So, till trials are done.
Dude, how crazy is that?
I mean, it's still not like Dux is not the be all end all, right?
Yeah, definitely.
HSC is what matters. And that final mark, it's Dux is cool and all. It's a nice little sticker you get, but yeah, it's.
No, but I feel like it is I guess like it's an automatic guarantee. Well, obviously for Dux,
if you're Dux of Knox Grammar School, you're probably gonna get 9.5.
Yeah.
But well, you'd hope so, because then there's also the pressure after you get Dux that if you like flop in the HSCs, everyone's gonna be really disappointed in you, right? So it's true. How you never have to see them again, anyways.
Exactly.
Take your Dux leave.
Yeah.
But no, it's up in the air whether It's there's no guarantee, obviously, so I'm not gonna make any. I mean, it'd be cool. That's what I'm saying, but I don't know if I'm at that level. As maybe some other people are.
What's up, guys? Sorry, Future Henry here. Sorry for interrupting the podcast, but I just really want to say thank you for listening. It really means the world. But I do really want to say also, if you could just take the next 5 seconds, literally 5 seconds, to just go on whatever platform you're listening on, Spotify, iTunes, Apple Podcasts, to just go up, hit the follow button, and leave a 5-star review, or whatever review, because it really helps a lot. It boosts the algorithm, all that good jazz. It just bumps all of us up. So that would mean the world if you can just take the next 5 seconds to do that for me. So thank you very much for doing that. And also got to plug the Instagram. Go follow the Instagram, go follow the TikTok, and go follow the Facebook as well at Teenage Hurdles, because that really, gets the cloud up. It really gets, all the attention up a lot. And it really means a lot if you can do that for me right now in the next 5 seconds. We're trying to build up this community, help as many people as possible, hear our messages. Hear, like me, some of my friends, just other teenagers in this time, what we're going through. And I think everyone will benefit from just listening to these different voices. So win-win for everybody. Okay. I'll let you get back to the podcast. Thank you so much for doing these two things for me, and I really appreciate it. Hope you enjoy this. I love this conversation with Maxim, and I really hope you do as well. All right, see ya. Okay, but yeah, basically, so we have Mr. Maxim here. Sorry, and as I was like saying about that big transformation journey, which I want to dive into a lot because I sort of know like a lot as well on what that process looked like and what that involved. And yeah, you joined our school in year eight.
Yeah.
Year 8, yeah. And by then, like the first time my first interaction with you, I don't know if you remember, but I was in your French class.
Was I? Were you?
Yeah. Do you remember?
Not really. French, I just blacked out of my mind, honestly. French was a big mistake for me, to be honest.
Why?
French, languages isn't it for me, to be honest.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Having a third language is just a little bit, like, too much in my head. Yeah,
what is your other
because I speak Russian at home as well.
Oh, good stuff.
So like, third one's just mumbo jumbo in my head at that point, and I don't know. I just found it really boring.
You seem to. I thought. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Like,
no,
saying baguette gets old after you've said it
Baguette,
like 20
yeah,
times,
yeah.
right?
Yeah. No, because I was sitting. Yeah, you know Henry.
Yeah.
Henry Day.
Yeah.
Shout out Henry.
Big man.
I mean, we would just like be sitting next to each other, and then you would be next to us as well. And then
I think I actually remember.
Do you
that
remember?
now.
Yeah. And then we feel like you're hustling, but then I'm definitely
not hustling back in year.
I might remember you were playing some like games.
Probably
on your
gaming.
laptop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, year 8. Anything before like year 9, probably not working.
Yeah.
At all.
Yeah.
I came to Knox actually, and like, I remember sitting in a tech class or whatever, and someone, like, there were assessments like coming up, and someone said like, "Have you studied for the test?" I was like, people study here? Like, I was shocked. I was actually shocked. I didn't even know like people actually like work towards assessments. I came from like, I just didn't expect. I'd done no work for like any of my things. I just let it fly by. Oh, did I say this?
Nah, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that was year 8 though.
Yeah, that was year 8.
So I mean, it's like studying is not really
an
expectation.
But even then, I heard it and I was like, wow, this is a different type of like school than what I was
Where were you at
what
before?
I was traditionally. Well, I went to Camaragal High School.
Okay.
It's in the Sydney area.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't have the best time there.
Yeah.
So I got pulled out pretty quickly by my parents.
Yeah.
And they just whiffed me away to Knox as fast
Yeah.
as possible. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Yeah. I mean. Okay. So I reckon I always ask this to everyone, but I want to learn about your origin story, like the superhero origin story. And then you can like take us along, well, like, I guess from like your changes in high school and stuff as well. Like, but I mean, I want to start right at the beginning, like, like where did little Maxim come from?
Okay, well, if we're gonna go that far back in time,
Yeah,
I was born in Australia. Like, my parents were together. When for most of my childhood. My mum is from Russia, and then my dad's from Ukraine, which makes current situations a little awkward. But it's fine. I don't really pay much attention to it. And growing up, I went to a public school for primary. I had a great time there. I think like it's fine for primary school to go to public school because I mean, like, it's just spending your time. I wasn't really like, I wasn't proud of myself back then. I feel like I was a pretty mean kid. Actually, like, I was pretty mean kid. Pretty mean.
Like, bully Maxim.
I didn't like bully kids, but like, I was definitely like not the nicest, right?
Okay.
I could have been nicer.
Wow.
And like, I mean, I don't really like regret doing that, because otherwise I wouldn't like realize like how like I was being stupid, right?
And how good is it that you realize it's like primary school and it's not like you didn't carry that on to high school?
Yeah, once you like hit high school, you just hit like a bit of a change of mindset. I just realized there's no point being mean to people. It's
from year 7?
Pretty much from year 7 onwards, I started to be like, oh my god, that was like, I should not have. I like reconnected with some of my friends from primary, And like, you know, I even like apologized to someone because like there were times. I mean, there was times for all of us, right? When, in primary school, like, oh my god, I don't want to relive that. But
did you ever enjoy primary school?
I enjoyed primary school quite a bit, but like I had pretty like a lot of friends back then. Well, like more friends than I do now. I have more close friend group now. And we like I enjoyed like not having to worry about anything, right? And you just I just remember running around like I don't know, like playing games during like lunch and recess was the best part.
Oh my god,
like
so good.
like we had a big school as well, which was impressive for like a public school. Like I think it was really good. It's a really good school. Like and it was huge. And
was it in this like the city area?
I was in North Sydney.
Yeah.
And essentially like we would play like games of like tag all around the place with like 30 or so people. It was it was just great. It was so much it was in bliss in comparison to high school, right?
Good.
I don't know. Then high school hit. Like pretty much all my like the friendship group like that I had just like dispersed, right?
Everyone just went
everyone went their separate ways. And like I don't know, it kind of hit me, and then I started like staying inside a lot more, and like you know, just got into like video games and stuff as you do. And just
just a question. In your like primary school, it was a co-ed school.
Yeah, it was co-ed.
Yeah.
Co-ed.
And you enjoyed that as well?
Oh, I think co-ed is actually like really good.
Yeah.
It's probably more like I don't know. I just feel like co-ed is more fun. But that's just like my opinion. I think there are also the merits to like a single like single sex school, but
I mean, I was talking with Peter last time, and then he was just saying how he went to a public primary school, like co-ed. And he said he was just able to like engage a little bit better with
it really
everyone
helps.
else.
It really helps because like I feel like to some extent, if you just process through like a all boys or all girls school your whole life, like unless you're going out and meeting like people, it's just you just get into a bubble that just it's not really reality when you get out, and then you're a little bit anxious when meeting people. I mean, even like those like first 2 or 3 years at Knox, like that changed me a little bit because I like didn't go to co-ed. I think co-ed's like
wait, so you also went to co-ed in high, like the first
I went to co-ed for year 7, so the school that I went to was co-ed. I mean, I would have probably preferred co-ed. But it's fine. It was just a shift in experience, to be honest.
What made when you went into the year 7, like your thought system change a little bit?
About what? Sorry.
You said like you were like, I guess, more understanding, more like aware of who you were and how to act.
Well, yeah, I think like the shock to the friendship group, and then like how everyone was treating everyone. That I knew, it just didn't sit right with me anymore. I don't know, and I just grew up a little bit. That's good, right? Like, you just end up growing up. From little dumb kid to someone who like can actually think for themselves a little bit. And I just realized that's probably the wrong thing to do. It's just not good being mean to people. I don't know.
When you went in at year 7, did you notice how everyone was just really nice to each other?
I don't know what experience you had, but for my high school, it was like everyone got sorted into their different groups. And then it was we don't talk to them, they don't talk to us.
Oh, like straight away. Yeah, you just
pretty much like it was the full like status quo, like high school cliche thing that you've seen everywhere. Like straight away. Everyone was in their little different groups. I mean, people still like talk to each other occasionally, but you genuinely wouldn't, right? That's the general climate. I didn't really enjoy that either, right? Because I went from like having 30 friends to like four of them had gone over there.
Yeah.
Like a few of them had gone over
behind,
there.
yeah.
It's just like, and then you can barely talk to them, right? Because they're all with their new friends, which is fine, but it's just different, right?
Yeah. I mean, I found like when everyone went in year 7, yeah, obviously like automatically there were a little bit of like groups, a bit of like the popularity hierarchy, right? But I think by then everyone was still a kid. Everyone was still understanding that, oh, there's no reason to just build up like hate and bullying. Everyone was still like nice to each other. I feel like everyone would just like hang out or like, oh,
yeah,
you know what's up.
I
and
heard
stuff.
at this school it was better, like in year 7. Which surprised me, to be honest.
It is surprising.
Yeah, I would have thought people would have been a little bit more antsy, if anything. But
but then but like when the arc came in like year 9, I think year 9 and 10, those years are like the terrible years. That's when everyone spirals out.
No, I think I'll get to year 9. We'll get to year 9.
Yeah.
But I think cadets is actually a big. It's really good. I think cadets is really good, but it's also like a half the problem, I think, for us. Because everyone's so antsy about like promotions and like and they just start talking bad stuff behind everyone's backs, right?
Really?
I remember a lot of people doing that, and just undervaluing people in year 10. I feel like once you start getting that mindset, you start like distancing away from people, right? So that's essentially what I think happened a little bit. And then there's also obviously the like academic kids who think they're better than everyone. And then there's also the like sporty kids who think that academic kids are losers. You just got and those like groups because everything starts to get professional, right? Academics starts to get serious, sports starts to get serious as well. It's all just, it gets more rigorous and people start being mean to each other under pressure generally, I think. So
when you came in year 8, like where were you at in that point, like character wise? What were you focused on, interests and stuff like that?
I was actually pretty stupid in year 7 as well, but I wasn't mean to students. I was mean to teachers.
Really?
I was just like a bit. I shouldn't have done like a lot of things I did in year 7.
You were just like mess around in class.
Yeah, mess around in class.
And just like talk back.
There was like a kid who ended up going to our school and now no longer goes to our school.
Okay.
Who was like the big troublemaker, and I was like friends with them, and it was fun. It was fun while it lasted, but probably wasn't the smartest idea. I wasn't probably still the most super mature person back then. I'm still not, but like I guess I realized I just didn't want to be at least mean to other kids. I guess I just didn't account for teachers. But,
let's get mean to teachers.
I shouldn't have done some of this stuff. But in terms of like marks, like I think term 1 year 7 I got like all A's, and then I dropped to like C's by the end of the year. I think I like started off strong a little bit, but then I realized, oh, this is like lame, and just stopped trying. A little bit. I just didn't see the point. And I think the school that I went to didn't really, like the school that we go to is very, very like, I think it's really good for incentivizing like trying hard, and I just don't think it's unfortunate that other schools don't do it, but they just don't to the same extent. So I wasn't really motivated.
So then, that was during year 8.
That was like year 7, and then going into year 8. Did
you kind of follow that curve from year 7, 8, 9 as well?
Well, when I moved into here in year 8, everyone's just gaming. I was like, okay, I'll join in.
The pack.
I just like watched a lot of YouTube and fooled around, like not like towards the teachers, because not like a new school, you're like scared, practically no friends, right? I was just like antsy about everything, but I still like watch YouTube. Didn't do work in class, classics, right? That was me pretty much 8 through 9 in entirety. And then I had a little bit of a few things that started to kind of change my mindset a little bit. Yeah.
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 So yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll get into it. In year 9, like I was talking about cadets before and how it's like a little bit. It's bad. I actually think cadets is really good. Like for me, I was the worst. Like in the first year that we did it, I was the worst. I barely showed up at all. Didn't do anything. But then they said like the camp, you had to go. It's like the one that they like really check or make sure, and they like scream at you if you don't go.
Were you planning on not going?
Yeah, I was like trying to find a way to not go. I was trying to find a way to ditch so bad. And then I went, right. I had a blast. I actually had a blast.
Yeah.
Like it was really good. Company I'm in, was really good as well.
Why did you enjoy it?
It's a few things. I think the actual, because like I said, I was staying inside a lot at this point, right? I think the exercise actually probably helped a lot. Just getting outside for 8 straight days. It's like it was really good. It was really good. But then also there were like the other year groups, right? And the older years that you could actually respect. And there were other kids in the year group that you just had fun with, a good time for 8 weeks. And then the main thing is the activities were actually challenging. They brought me out of my comfort zone. I had never done high ropes.
Yeah.
Never ever. I'm so scared of heights. I'd never done high ropes before cadets. And then my corporal was pretty much forced me. I kept trying to say no way, no, you're not making me do this. And my corporal just kept pushing me, and I respect him so much for that.
Damn.
And eventually I guess I'm doing it, right? And I ended up doing pretty much all the activities.
Yeah.
And I overcame my fear actually to some extent. Then.
And did you feel so proud after you?
I was really. I wasn't proud of myself at the beginning because I was complaining about it. Looking back, I'm thinking, oh, I'm an idiot. I should have just done it. But I'm really happy I did it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wouldn't say proud. Proud is.
You don't feel regret.
Yeah, I definitely don't. I don't regret most things. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's a big thing, and so I started trying after that.
That you enjoyed it so much.
Yeah, I enjoyed it so much. I was like, okay, I'm gonna try in cadets.
Yeah.
Try. And then once you start trying, I think cadets is the thing I saw least success in. I didn't get, the ranks that I wanted.
Yeah.
I didn't get the positions that I wanted. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm still grateful for being promoted and stuff, and I know a lot of people didn't.
Yeah.
But obviously still I was disappointed to some extent every so often. But even just the little bit of ambition, competition, that comes from that, it's really good. And once you get into the mindset of that in one aspect of your life, you start to flow on into other aspects. So my academic journey, I would say, started in year 9, I think, when I was in core 2 math. And I because it's core 2, right, it's pretty fundamental math. I flunked full marks at one stage. I'm this is a pretty good feeling, getting full marks. So
But you were in core 2.
I was in core 2.
In what, all the classes?
Wait,
was there only core 2 for maths?
Oh no, there was I think there was just core and there was core and DV for some other subjects, but for math was the one that was really scaled, core 4, core 3, core 2, core 1, and then DV1, DV2.
Yeah. Just some backstory, so at our school we have the DV course, which is kind of the A group of kids, and then the core course, which is the B group of kids, who I guess are just quote unquote smarter, get better grades, rest of the core. Yeah. And then Maxim he wasn't even in the DV course, which I would say was quite easy to get into. You just have to be top 50% or 40%.
Yeah, speak for yourself, buddy.
and then Maxim was in core 2, so that was where you at during that time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, you were saying.
No, that's all right. But yeah, that's essentially where I was. And so because it was like a pretty low level math course, it wasn't like super hard to get decent marks in.
Yeah.
And especially with like pretty minimal effort. Then I got moved up to core 1. Because, you know, a few good marks here and there. And it was the only subject I was really getting like decent marks in.
Yeah.
And I just had a slew of like really good teachers.
Nice.
Actually. And that really helped me as well. So I guess like school to some extent is about luck, like right place, right time. But yeah, I had a slew of really good teachers. And my in year 10, my teacher was in core 1. Okay, I guess in core 1, I was like, oh my God, this is like a huge step up from core 2. And I tried a lot before then. And I realized when I actually did it, I was like trying way too hard for like in terms of how much effort core 1 actually required. I didn't think it didn't require as much as I was trying, right? I was like trying really hard for it. But my teacher kind of pushed me after that, really hard. And he would just expect me to get full marks after tests. Yeah. Which, keep in mind, I'm not used to getting, right? And I only ended up getting 1 full marks that year, but
yeah.
I did pretty well in core 1, and yeah, like, and at this point, I'm like starting to think about, you know, where I want to do what I want to do, where I want to go, like who I want to be, and
like even uni wise and career wise.
Yeah, it was at year 10 for me. It was really early. Nice. I more thought what I don't want to become than what because now what I want to do developed more recently. Yeah. But I knew what I didn't. Like I didn't want to screw up, right? Yeah, I didn't want to like end up like really struggling, and if I did like really struggle, I want it to be like worth it, or like I just wanted to like do something. Yeah. Like I didn't want to end up not doing anything. Yeah. So I think my young brain like overreacted a little bit. Started studying quite decently for a few subjects.
Like from year 10.
Yeah, in year 10, it was like the year I started like actually probably trying.
And so by then, what did you say? Like you were still in core 1 in year 10?
Yeah, I was in core 1 maths in year 10, which actually killed me because I would have much rather like if only I'd moved up 1 more class, I would have been in the accelerants like you guys, which is like a huge benefit. But yeah, I didn't get in that obviously, so I'm stuck doing the advanced course this year as well. But it's fine. Like you get through it. But yeah, that was around about the year that I started trying a little bit. And I've just tried harder every subsequent year. I was never at the top in year 10 or 11. I saw like all my friends like get all these prizes. Yeah. I was just sitting there on the sidelines watching. Just like yeah, I think like not like that, but I'm just like you see that happening and you like you want it for yourself. And so I just tried a little bit harder, and yeah, that's pretty much like gotten me to where I am now.
Like, did you ever find it hard coming from like a background of not, you know, studying really hard and then transitioning to like just like swimming at full speed?
It's hard for anyone. Like it's gonna be hard for the kid that's never studied before, or is like not ready or anything like that. And it's gonna be hard. It's still hard for the kids that have been studying like that the whole time. I mean, it's probably easier, but like it's I don't know. I don't like to like say that it's this like grandiose achievement, but just it is hard when you don't know what you're doing. Yeah, like definitely. You're just there thinking how do I make good decisions, even when it comes to like assessments. I still go to a lot of my friends for help with like how do I prepare for certain subjects, especially English. I'm atrocious at English. I need like all the help I can get. Contrary, like yeah, sure, my marks might be good, but that's only because I like get a lot of help from a lot of people. Yeah. Like I get a lot of help from like one of my closest friends, And then I also have a tutor because I need one. Otherwise, I'm abysmal at English. So
well, okay.
yeah, I would yeah. So that's it. If you need help, like I reckon, just go for it, right?
Yeah. So I mean, when you were going from year 9, which was when you like started trying, did you like think really hard about it? Like, okay, look, I have to implement this strategy, or you were just thinking, oh, okay, I'll just start pushing maths, and like it just kind of the momentum just picked you up along the way.
I mean, look, I was still pretty lazy. I'm still pretty lazy now, even. Like, you just, I didn't have any like set. I had goals. I think that's the most important thing is having, because your goal is going to motivate you, right? Your goal is you're going to see that on your wall if you have it on your wall, or you're going to open up your like study planner if you have like your targets there, or like whatever. You're going to open that, and you're going to be like, you're going to feel it like a gut feeling in your chest, right? And especially if you're not studying, right? Like everyone feels bad, but you're going to feel worse if you have a goal. And like it's like it's really good for like actually getting the motivation to get off your butt and actually do the work. Like obviously you need the right balance, but having goals was what like essentially what I didn't want, like I was saying before, what I didn't want to end up. And then I started like wanting to do like certain jobs in the future, right? And I wanted to go into certain professions, and so I couldn't let myself fully slack off. But I still did slack off in year 10. Like I think my math marks were pretty good, but everything I mean science was all right, but then all the other subjects were pretty bad.
How crazy is it that so many of us like start off just saying like, okay, I'm just gonna like push so I don't become a full failure. I'll just do like the enough to get me over the line, but then over time that like transforms into greater ambitions.
I mean, that's
and shooting for the top.
That's where it starts. Like that's the easiest way to orientate yourself in life, is to try and learn from other people's mistakes than your own. And so, or when you see something that you like, you just genuinely don't want to end up like, and there's nothing wrong to those people. It's just like you just feel like, okay, I either want to I want to be better, and maybe even like, I don't know, you just want to be better. You just want to maybe not even like it's not even someone that you've seen that isn't an unfortunate case in a scenario, like, or like under unfortunate circumstances. It's just maybe it's just an idea, but you just want to like end up with something, and that's I think the easiest thing. And you don't like, it's essentially you don't want to end up like flopping, because like what's the point of all the time and energy your parents have spent in as well then at that point, right? That's the easiest way it starts, and then after that it's like much easier to start thinking about the future then.
What kind of role does your parents play? Do they really care about your academics, your grades?
My family situation has been a little bit iffy. They had like a slight role in primary school, and like getting the like potential for work ethic instilled in there, but then like stuff happened, and also they just stopped doing that as much, and like I don't know, they just became a little bit more distant naturally, and so they don't really have that big of a role for me. They haven't for like the pretty much 2 years. Like my mom still comes in my room and she's like, oh, have you studied, and stuff like that. But in the end, if I say no, she's not going to do anything about it. She's just going to walk away, or she's just annoying me to get me to do the work, which is fair enough. But they personally haven't had that big a role for me. But I know that they do for other kids, and I actually maybe when I become a parent, I do want to be one of those parents that like helps, or like it at least plays a role in.
Do you think you want to be one of those like
No, I don't
parents
wanna
who
be-
just
I don't-
like,
I don't-
go study,
No,
like,
definitely not. Those parents like have forgotten their own childhoods, because I think at least, because how can you possibly tell someone like you can't go out, you have to sit in your room and like look at a book for 6 hours straight? Like, no way. Like, surely not, right? They've gone through their own childhood. I guarantee you, like, it's all, like, statistically your parents probably didn't do that, right? Like, during their childhoods.
Yeah.
They might want better for you, but there's like, I don't know, it just makes you feel bad, and it's honestly worse for you to some extent, like in terms of social skills, if you're just crammed up in your room and you have to study the whole time.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, I do think it's kind of that idea of me as a parent, in my childhood I didn't study as hard, so I wasn't able to achieve the success they have more pressure, like, okay, I already messed up myself.
Yeah.
I want my kids to just go the full distance, and they just push harder.
But it's up to the kid, right? Like, if it doesn't, I mean, this is just me, right? So
Yeah.
I'm coming from like my perspective,
Yeah.
which I just like spoke about. So like I said, my parents didn't have much of an influence, but it's at the end, like you're not, like, once you hit 18, you're out of the house.
Yeah,
you're not
yeah,
doing
yeah.
work for your parents. Like, you're not, like, sure, you might try to make them proud a little bit, but at that point, it's on you. Like, it's I don't know. I think it's very much on the kid to like actually to try.
Yeah, definitely.
I think at some point the parents need to wane away from forcing anything, because I mean, by the time year 12 hits, they're probably realizing that they have to do work, right?
Yeah.
Most kids at our school have.
Yeah.
I just don't think like being an overbearing like parent is use. I think actually it's better in primary school years to be overbearing, because then you get like the work ethic on like how to do work instilled. And then when everyone's like going out doing stuff in high school, in the early parts of high school at least, you get like social interaction, and then maybe year 10, year 11, year 12, they start like, they have the skills already and they just start working.
Yeah. I think that's like I don't know, but like I always kind of just think about this, like, oh, how am I gonna raise my kid properly?
Yeah.
And I think it's really important to like instill that work ethic in them. And I think one thing is just like you have to just remind them like quite a fair bit, and then also push them to actually get the work done and build that confidence in work ethic. But then also what I've realized as well from like, I guess, talking with you, and also from Freddie, Ollie, and Swari as well, their parents haven't at all been like pushy in their learning or like their education, and they've been able to turn out so much better because they just have that kind of self decision.
I mean, ultimately, it's usually gonna be the people that are self-driven that are gonna be at the top. But there's no reason why parents can't at least encourage someone that's like still pretty high up. There's still a lot of merit to like obviously what parents can do, but I mean, it's when you look at the top, you're probably going to find people who are more self-driven, because the parent, like the fuel bar that like can fuel you, that comes from the parents, right? It's only going to go so far.
That's true.
But like it's like renewable energy if it's from yourself, right? So so like it's better.
So when you started working hard, was any of that, do you think, did any of that fuel come from look, I want to kind of make my parents, my family proud?
A little bit.
Yeah.
It definitely, probably not as much as maybe other people, or I don't know. I don't know what other people think to that extent, but I definitely had like to some extent I wanted to be like make them proud. But it wasn't like it wasn't by any means like a driving factor for what I wanted to do.
Yeah, because firstly, like one of my buddies, I'm gonna say here, but like he said, well, he works really hard as well. But then he told me like one of the main motivations for him is, one day he's gonna work so hard, get like such a great job, earn so much money that he's gonna, pay back everything that like his parents provided him.
I mean, yeah, that's a big
Which I think is,
driver
like,
for
wow.
us.
Yeah.
That is a big driver. Like
Yeah.
I was about to say, if anything, compensation for them is like is a much bigger driver for us than like than maybe traditionally would be, because they put a lot of resources into the school we go to, and like we're grateful for that, and so we want to pay them back a little bit, but even then, like, I don't feel like that should be your main. Your main driver should always be for yourself.
For yourself.
If
Yes.
like that may sound selfish, but it's the only thing that's going to keep you going through everything. Like it can't be for someone else. At least that's what I think.
Yes. That's I love that you said that, because like sometimes I hear in some of like the boxing fights and stuff, they say, oh, who are you fighting for? Some of them, they say like, oh, I'm fighting for my family, my team, so much, all of that. I forgot who said it, but then I think he said overall, like, but he's just like fighting for himself. It was just for his own journey, which I think is so cool.
Yeah, like people who are more honest about that are more respectable, because in the end, or maybe these other people are like fighting for all these other people, which is great, and like you can, but I'm just saying, like, when times get tough, right? Some of these people, if they're not family, well, might leave you, right?
Yes.
Or like stuff like that. If they are, like, they might still struggle to deal with you if like times get really tough. I just think the only thing that you can always rely on is if you're going for yourself. Like, not the only thing you can always rely on is yourself, but I'm saying for when you like seek motivation, you're the primary driver. You should be the primary driver. No one else should have the primary impact on your life, because if they do something that like detrimentally impacts you, you're done, right? Or like if something happens to them, like, well, there's no one to impress anymore. There's no one to prove yourself to anymore. Or once you get to that point, as well, like once you've reached what you want, once you've gotten there, you like, what do you do? How can you? What do you, like, shift the goalposts? The only true way that you're gonna keep like having a driver is if it's yourself. Like,
yes,
you're only gonna want to be more ambitious, do more, get more done. Like internally, if you're striving for stuff that's like based on your own motivations, not for someone else.
Yeah, and I love that you said before as well on like how it has a fuel tank, it just runs out, because I've talked about David Goggins in the past. You know David Goggins?
Never heard of him, sorry.
Really?
Nah.
Damn it. Okay, so it's basically David Goggins. He's just like, everything he preaches is just motivation, hard work, suffering. He was in like the Marines in America, but he also went ahead and did all this like ultra marathon like stuff, just like endurance runs, like pushing yourself to the limit. It's just motivation. Everything is just hustle. On the suffering. Everything is just hustle. Yeah. And then like in his book, one of the chapters, he talks about how he was running, and he needed to qualify for this race to like build this charity, for all these people who were like killed by these terrorists, and that was what he kept on reminding himself as essential motivation. But then he kept on running, and like he realized that motivation just ran out, because I guess it's just like I would say it's just like a one-dimensional thing. It's just, oh, I'm doing this so I can like help the children.
Yeah, I mean, you got to consider as well, right? Like the elephant in the room. Humans are pretty inherently selfish. Whether we do whether we do a lot of stuff, right? Like a lot of us are still, most of us, pretty much all of us, are still have a selfish bone in our body, right?
Definitely.
And if in the end, you don't, that's the one thing that you're gonna come down to in like the worst situations is usually like stupid selfish stuff, right? Why not use that to your advantage? If you're gonna be selfish, why not be selfish in a good way and use it as motivation? You can still help people, you can still do all these things, you can still donate to charity, and all this stuff. But to get to that point to where you can do it, I don't think thinking that you're going to donate to charity, like that wouldn't motivate me to do super well in the HSC. I'd be like, okay, I can do all right, start a charity. I just don't think I would be like, okay, I need to become a doctor so I can then go donate like half my year's salary to a charity, right? Like that's not going to work. That's never going to work for pretty much anyone. Yeah. So I don't know. It just seems a little bit disingenuous.
Yeah. So how would you describe that selfish personal motivation like for you? What do you think? Like, I mean, you talked about before.
Yeah, that's what I like kind of alluded to before. Like your goals, where you want to go, what you don't want to be, what you don't want to end up. Yeah, like, yeah. If anything, it's like a fear, like
fear of not reaching your potential.
You don't fear of like disappointing or like not achieving your best. And sometimes like it's good to know that sometimes like this can be a little bit extreme. Like I feel like the hustle can get a little bit like too much sometimes.
You reckon?
I reckon, yeah. I think some kids overwork themselves. I think sometimes I overwork myself. I just think it's like it's impressive and it's great and all, but sometimes it's a little bit much. I don't know about you, but it's just if it's not for everyone, and I think that's fine. I think that's what we've got to realize. The hustle, and even for the people it's for, like it's still a lot of effort. Like taking no breaks, although like I respect it, it's and like people may preach it. It's very unlikely, I reckon. And then B, it's also a life. Like what's the point of life if you're just gonna if you're only gonna work? Go enjoy yourself sometimes, right? I just don't the whole constant grind thing. It's a little bit too much, I think, for just in general for everyone. But I mean that's not to detract from like you should like try in everything that you do. I think as boys we in particular like struggle with like actually giving things a go because we're actually like afraid to fail, and like because if we've said we've tried and then we fail, we're pathetic, right? But if we don't try, right? And when we say we don't try, and we fail, then no surprises there. Right? Yeah. So
no, but I want to hear more about like what is your definition of like working hard to a balanced degree and then like pushing yourself to the extreme.
I think this year, it's right now for this next term, and the term afterwards. I think pushing yourself to the extreme is
what you need.
Is fine, to be honest with you, because you're probably never gonna have to do it again in your life, right? And there are a few kids that are doing that I know. You had Swari on the podcast. He's too sorry. He's too much for me.
You reckon?
Yeah, I would not be able to do. He's insane. That man is amazing. I don't know how he does so much work. I don't think I'd be able to do as much work. You only got 99th percentile.
UCAT.
In UCAT.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So he's like actually like he's really good, but to some extent, it's also like not everyone can do that. I can't do that. Like I need to take a break. Like he might be able to sit there for 4 hours on a Friday. I just don't think I can. I like want to go out with my friends, probably on a Friday, right? It's there's got to be some balance. I think for me, the good balance. If you're not, it's much easier to like, for me at least, to study when I'm with friends. So I go to the library pretty much every day. And I get, like I try it on these holidays, like on these days where I have no school and no work and everything, I have 7 hours of, like, I try to get 7 hours of work done, like minimum. But for like school days, I don't push past 4 very often.
I mean,
Maybe
that's still like,
that's a lot, right?
that's like all the amount of hours in the day.
I mean, no, because you get home at like 4, right?
Uh-huh.
And then you have till 10. Like, I try to go to sleep after 10, so
Yeah.
that's already like 6 hours. You got 2 hours break. Pushing past 4, it's really,
Yeah.
it's too much, at least for me.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just think if you do study more regularly, and maintain like the balance, you persevere with it every day, you're gonna find that you have the time to take a break every so often.
Yes.
And not only that, but you don't need to take a break every so often, because like it might be less study than like cramming 13 hours, right? But you're doing like 7 hours a day consistently. You've got like good 3 hours in the morning that you don't do anything. You watch like a TV show, you get ready, get out of bed. And then you have like after 7, not doing anything then either. And then you have like a break for lunch as well. That's generally what I do. And I have breaks in between, like obviously like my different subjects during the day. It doesn't end up to being it doesn't end up amounting to too much mental weight for me. I feel like if people just didn't cram much, I see actually a lot of people going off on like proper holidays these holidays, and I'm scared for their well-being when they get back, because I don't know, but I don't even know how I'm gonna get everything done before these trials.
Yeah.
Like without these holidays, I don't know, man. Like I don't know where I would be. Like
Yeah. Do you feel like you need those breaks when you're studying?
I definitely need break, or like, in between study period, like study like sessions.
I guess there's like bigger breaks of like
the bigger
going
breaks,
out
like
and enjoying yourself.
Yeah, I need like definitely a good few days, maybe even a week. I mean, first week of these holidays, I like got pretty sick, so I like that. I was originally only planning to do 3 days break.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, that kind of worked out for me, because then I got super sick. I didn't actually have to do it. I just like, I gave myself an excuse.
Yeah.
Which is generally something I don't like doing. Of just like watching stupid shit and TV shows.
Yeah.
And eventually, like, I think that's helped me like be able to actually do a lot of study since like I got out, pretty much, like since I got better. Then if I like went straight into it after 3 days, like I still probably would have been operational because that's my like 3 day break.
Yeah.
But I probably would have like struggled a little bit to do as much. I think breaks are super important. I think pretty much everyone needs them, except maybe like the 0.0001%. It's
Yeah.
they're really like really good.
Yeah, and every time when you enter that studying period, you're 100% just locked in.
I mean, I try to be.
Yeah.
I occasionally. Problem with the library is like people walking past, friends, you know.
Yeah.
So like, you obviously get distracted every so often, but
Yeah.
yeah, you try to be super locked in. If you study hard, like during the time that you study, I think you generally will like actually get a lot out of it. I actually think one of the problems with a lot of people's study techniques is that they don't study hard, like, or properly when they're doing it. They're just like either on like a timer or something like that, or they're just being forced by their parents.
Yeah.
They're not paying attention to what they're doing. It's very hard to actually retain. I don't know, I do a lot of content heavy subjects, so it's very hard to retain information, at least for me, if I'm like chatting with other people instead of actually doing the work. So I just try to like ram my head into the books and essentially close the pages around me to make sure no one comes distracts me.
Do you feel like you get distracted by just thoughts in your head quite easily? Do you just wander off?
I mean, it depends on the thoughts. Not often, but
Yeah.
like, yeah, some days I can be. But it just, I don't know, it depends on like how I'm feeling that day, or like whatever's happening. Right.
Because what I really struggle at is, like you said, having that balance of also enjoying life, but then also being in the hustle set.
Yeah.
Last year in trials, I was just 100% just I might have said this before, but I was literally peak Henry, because I was just 100% locked in. I didn't have any social media. Every day was just hustle, study.
Yeah.
And then because I didn't have those like stimulated enjoyment stuff, I didn't wonder and get distracted by them. Not like while I'm studying, I don't think, what's that funny scene in The Office or something like that.
Okay.
But like for the past 2 terms, which haven't been, I think, going as well as I hoped.
And that's all right? Like,
I guess.
You still got trials.
I guess,
and the HSC is like the main killer, right? So just as long as you're going for that.
I guess, But like, I've just been trying to enjoy life, which I've like had so much fun.
Yeah.
The past 2 terms. But then because of that, my focus and ability to just like, when it's time to work, I don't have that ability to do as well.
Yeah, I mean, it obviously becomes harder when you like when you enjoy yourself more, because you want to do more of that and less of this boring study stuff. I don't, there's not much like to do apart from just going back into it and like hitting it hard. I've actually seen a lot of people hit the studying pretty hard these holidays. And I mean, obviously we have to, but particularly people that I thought like would have been more on the enjoyment side, they've come in and they've like really pushed themselves, which I can really respect. And I think you'll find that you'll overcome it at some point, because I hate to break it to you, Henry, but trials are in like 6 weeks, so and trials aren't waiting for you to be ready, and I think you'll realize that very quickly. And you'll hit the grind as pretty hard as, I mean, you're probably already grinding pretty hard, but I'm just saying maybe even harder. I think especially if you have like a down 2 terms, honestly, like if anything, it's a good thing to like motivate. If anything, it's a good thing to motivate you to do better in the next one. Like I've done not great in the past 2 echo tests, and that's been like motivating me to do as much as I can for echo, even though like I'm not doing that much for echoes these holidays, but I've been trying to like pretty hard because of that. So I think actually failure is pretty good like
I always say that, and like that's what I tell myself, like failure is the best motivation to get you off your ass.
I mean, it still feels bad, right?
But, it feels bad, but
like,
it does wake you up.
It does, it wakes you up. I think that's the best.
Have you ever had any big moments?
I think, I mean, the big moment was when we did our first economics essay.
Yes.
I mean, people who know what I got are gonna be like, and everyone like criticized me after I like was upset about this mark. But I mean, I was pretty devastated. To some extent. I'm
sure because like you worked really hard for it.
Yeah. Oh well, that's the thing. I didn't really.
Okay.
I think that was my problem. Was I also had another assessment like 2 days before.
That was the week of legal and echo.
Yeah. And then I started cramming for echo, and I don't cram for any subjects,
really?
So I don't know why I thought this would work. But it obviously didn't. And then I got a mark that in a band that I haven't gotten a mark in a band for in my whole in the whole of year 12, right? It was my first one, and like in the lower it was my first one in that lower band. And so I was pretty like hit by that one. That mark, that was pretty upsetting. But it's a good motivator.
No, but so you said like you don't cram for anything.
I don't cram for anything.
How do you feel like you're like really just on top of stuff? You're very organized.
No, I'm not on top of stuff. I take that back. I try to be on top of stuff, on top of stuff as I can. But that's not really regarding homework. That's just like regarding the upcoming assessments. But I think when it comes to that last assessment, and I don't know why economics is always the last assessment. It makes it really hard to, because you can like front load a lot for like the first one, and then you can front load a little bit less for the next one.
Yes.
But and then if it's like the last test of the term,
Yeah.
it's like I don't have that much motivation to start it when I'm like in between assessments. So it's really hard to front load for that. And yeah, I mean, I genuinely don't cram. I haven't had to cram for most subjects.
Yeah.
And they're like, that's the one that I crammed for and it didn't work. So I've tried to have a policy of like pretty much no cramming anymore, because it doesn't work for me, at least. Maybe it works for some people. But yeah, I try to stay on top of things generally. I try to get as much as possible done earlier. And in fact, for math tests, I usually find myself like what else do I do? No, seriously, like what else do I do? Like there's still more trial papers I can attempt, or like questions I can take, but most of them are pretty much the same, like sort of thing.
Yeah.
So I just end up being like, what else do I do? I think that's when you hit the what else do I do stage. I think
that's when you're ready.
That's when you're ready, probably for a test. Yeah.
So what is that timeline like? For your assessments, like 3 weeks, 2 weeks before.
I think. Well, this is a little bit of like a exceptional example, right? Because it's like we have the holidays.
Yes.
But like we have math in week 3, right? I've done pretty much all the theory for the extension 2 math test we have, like now, right?
Yeah.
So when the notice comes out, I'll be able to just do the notice questions, and then I'll have done and now I can focus on like all the things that I need to review, like complex numbers, all the other chapters, and I can do those for like trial prep, and I have all the content done for the actual test. So when it comes down to it, like I won't have to worry too much about that. I'll just do like a past paper, and because I like math, it's like pretty easy to just get a past paper done and then do like my other subjects. Yeah, I think that's the ideal. But then maybe for like English, for the Mod C assessment we had last term, I pretty much had my discursives and imaginative done when the term started. So like I front load a lot.
It did so
but
good.
But I don't know, I guess it's just for Echo it seems to really
Well, I mean,
hard
I guess
to study
like
for.
I guess like Echo, you're kind of dependent on your teacher and like when they teach the course.
I think also it's like very variable on like what happens like next month. Like I can't prepare for it like a month in advance. What if something else in the globe happens?
I guess
I can't really like copy paste that essay. I'm probably gonna have to change all my like essays from term 4, term 1. And like insert recent stuff into them. It's just, I don't know. It's a lot different. I think it's just much harder because Echo is, I think, one of the hardest 2-unit subjects, simply because it's not just content like legal is maybe. It's content and heavy like skills as well. So yeah, I don't know. It's definitely a hard subject. So and then they always put it last. So that doesn't help for me. So I'm not gonna like front load week 1, have pretty much everything done for Echo when I have like 4 other assessments to worry about.
Yeah.
But I should be because it's screwing me over.
Yeah. So like along with that balance of all your subjects, do you feel like you like relatively put them out like the same amount of time into it?
Well, I mean, I can't for math, right? I have to put more in for math naturally.
Why naturally?
Because it's 4 units in comparison to 2 for each, right?
I guess.
If I was to split it up, I like to do like every day on the holidays, like these holidays, I like to do an hour and a half of each subject.
Nice.
I only do 4, so it's not that much, I guess. But for math I do 3 because that's 4 units. So yeah. 5 times 1.5.
Yeah.
So it comes out at around like 7.5 hours, I think.
So what does a typical day look like for you? Like when you wake up, when you sleep?
Like ideally I'll wake up like 6:30, but I don't. Haven't been recently. That's just because I want to go to the get some exercise, go to the gym maybe beforehand.
Nice.
That'd be ideal. But yeah, I've been slacking off a little bit these holidays. So like, on a holiday, I'll wake up at like on these holidays, I've been waking up at 7, and then like I'll just chill, get ready, and then probably leave the house like around some 8:30 or so, and then get to the library around 9, and then just study.
Yeah.
Like, and then there's like people there I can talk to as well, like the friends are there, I was saying before, so it makes it more bearable.
Yeah.
And then around like 12:30 we'll go for lunch. That'll take like an hour, and then we'll go back and then start studying again, and then that'll go till like, I mean, maybe if the library's open till 7, probably around 7.
Yeah.
And like then we'll just do nothing afterwards. Like, I'm not gonna go home and then do more work, right?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna chill. So
What do you do when you chill?
Love Netflix. I actually stopped playing video games.
Nice.
Like, because it's too much of a time investment.
Yeah.
And also like, when you just naturally, when you go outside more, you like play them less. So
Yeah.
So like, yeah, I don't really have as much time.
Do you use social media?
I actually don't like social media too much.
Nice.
Like I use it to talk to people, but like, yeah, it's not my thing. I don't really.
That's so good. Yeah.
I don't really like scrolling through. Like, I mean, obviously, like it's appealing, right? YouTube Shorts catch me every so often, but like I don't have TikTok. I don't have like Snapchat. I just use Instagram for messaging.
Did you ever find it's appealing at all in your life?
Like, it's fun because it's fun for everyone, right? To look.
Okay, so you do. Yeah, think
it's no, like, okay, like the short like video clips thing. Like that's obviously that's like
it draws you in.
Yeah. It's fun, but I don't like scrolling through like people's profiles or like.
Oh.
I don't feel the need to like text everyone like just hi in all caps for no reason, right? Like that doesn't seem to, like, I don't seem to want to do that.
Yeah.
Which I think is good.
That's so good. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't really feel as much like pressure.
Yeah. I get lost so much in like the social media.
Yeah, I
stuff.
know most people do.
Yeah.
And like there's nothing wrong with that. It's pretty addictive. So
it's so addictive.
yeah, it's.
I watched a video and it was a video called like, oh, why you're so like addicted to like your phone and stuff, and the dude was just saying how oh, it's not actually your fault, it's actually like, because
No, yeah, it's built that way.
Especially
It's
like
built that way.
like MIT, like specialized people, like professionals, it's literally like an addicting drug.
Yeah,
and they design it perfectly.
Yeah,
so you're
it's
just
built
like,
that way
keep on
to make
getting
sure that you like keep
refreshed,
consuming it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's bloody smart, but
Yeah.
I mean, obviously it doesn't
Yeah.
help us, right?
Yeah.
It becomes very distracting. So,
Yeah. So I struggle with, I think, my self-control. So I have to just literally completely remove it from my life to
Yeah,
be
that's fair.
focused. But like like even with Netflix and YouTube, do you ever feel like you get lost in the loop?
I think
You're pretty good at that.
Look, if it's a good show,
Yeah.
this is what I said about me being lazy. Like sometimes I do just ignore my schedule. So like I'll start at 9, don't start at 9. Like I'll watch like another episode, then another episode,
Yeah.
then another episode. Yeah, sometimes it does catch me. Which is actually honestly worse than like TikTok probably, because at least you got like little short snippets. I have like, if I've started an episode, I probably want to finish it.
But I feel like
If it's a good cliffhanger,
if it's a good cliffhanger, you go for
I'm
another
probably
45 minutes.
Probably want to watch the next one, and then it goes another 45.
Yeah, no, but I do feel like TV shows are a little bit less addicting. Cause like, okay, in your mind you're like, oh, it's longer, but like with TikTok you're like, oh, it's just short, so I can consume so many more.
Oh, yeah,
just
I see what you mean. Yeah,
one extra is
yeah,
fine.
I see what you mean.
But then it just keeps on going.
Yeah.
And sometimes I do that for like an hour and a half, and I'm like, bro, oh my god, it's such a waste of time. But yeah. What have you been watching lately? Have you watched the Stranger Things?
Yeah, I watched this. I mean, obviously.
Did you like it?
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was really good.
Yeah.
I didn't like season 2 and 3 so much as I did like 4. So.
Oh, really? I didn't like 4 as much as like 2 and 3.
Oh, I really liked 4. So yeah, I thought that was really good. Been watching a few shows that are like, you know, like you probably haven't heard of it, but it's called The Boys. It's like a superhero show,
Oh
but it's like
yes, no,
it's
no,
like
I've seen that.
it's
Yeah,
like super
it's like
gory.
really, it's really messed up. Yeah,
It's
yeah.
really
No,
messed
I've
up.
heard of it. Yeah, yeah.
There's a few other shows here and there. Sometimes a movie. If it's like some stupid Netflix movie is recommended to me, I'll probably like be like, who cares? Let's watch it.
Like
Why not?
Red Notice. Is that
Yeah,
it?
like Red Notice would be.
I
a
heard
good
it's like
example.
really dumb.
But I mean, I pretty much watch anything with Ryan Reynolds in it, right? So
When you watch stuff, do you sit down and try to really enjoy it, or do you kind of just like sit there, kind of like doing something else?
Like if it's gonna be a stupid movie, I might, and I'm like really feeling the pressure to do work, I might like do some work.
as you watch a movie?
No, like I might like do notes and stuff, right? Or like math, or like some easy math questions.
Really?
Because it's like it's easy to just do
Yeah.
while I'm like sitting there. Why not? But if it's like something really engaging, of course I'm like not gonna be really concentrated. Like, and if it comes to that point, I'll usually just shut my laptop and just put it to the side and give up.
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
I know I can't do any more work, so
Yeah.
there's no point in me trying.
Have you watched the new Minions movie yet?
Oh, it was terrible. I hated it. Okay, this might be a hot take for our school sphere, but I thought it was atrocious. Okay.
What?
No, okay. It wasn't the worst thing in the world, but it was.
No way.
I was bored out of my mind.
What?
I was so bored.
Dude.
Okay, did you enjoy it?
Okay, look, I haven't watched it yet, but I really want to watch it. Breath of Fighting Minions. Oh
Yeah,
my God, come
like
on.
we really wanted to watch it as well, and then we ended up watching it, and it wasn't.
What, Obi and James?
No, I went with a different group
Yeah.
this time with like Wilson Drayton.
yeah. They didn't like it.
No, well, we just
Oh,
didn't
that
like it in general.
sucks. Have you watched Despicable Me?
Yeah, I watched the.
Do you enjoy those?
Yeah, I like Despicable Me.
What? And you didn't like this one?
No, I didn't like this one. at
Oh
all.
wow. Okay.
It's kind of lame. Like
Oh man.
they
okay.
ruined Gru a little bit, so I'm not
Mini
really,
Gru.
not really a big fan.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Okay. Well. Okay. But before, how long have we gone for?
Sorry, I've been keeping a cough for like
that's fine.
ages.
Okay. Wait, I'll ask you a few more questions that I have. But yeah. Okay. Okay. So transitioning in from Minions. Okay. Another question that I had for you, Maxim, was that future. What is sorry?
That future.
the future that you were like, thinking about, like,
Yeah.
oh, what I want to be when I grow up, all of that life after school. What do you see yourself going?
I mean, we can only hope, right? But
Yeah.
I want to do law. Never really been super interested in med, so but yeah, I wanted to do law for a long time.
You always wanted to do law.
That's been pretty much the main thing. I mean, it was like a phase in year 10 that I wanted to do architecture, but those were my Minecraft days. Okay. Yeah, today, like, I probably want to do law, and I've been wanting to do law for like 2 years now. So like, I'm pretty set on it. Preferably at like University of Sydney, but if I don't get in, then I don't get in, right? So.
Can you explain to me what law is all about? Like, what do you actually do when you get into the course and then like get into a job?
Okay, it's not fun. it's like too many people do it and then drop out, I reckon, or just
really.
are not realizing what they're getting into. It's not Suits, okay?
Have you watched Suits?
It's not.
I love Suits.
It's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
Suits. It's not Suits. Like,
Oh, really?
at least not when you start off. It's not Suits.
Okay. You
like,
gotta like hustle it out for a few years.
It's a long grind.
Yeah.
So it's not as long as like med where you have to spend 10 years learning, but
Yeah.
like 5 years, right, for your double degree. And then
double degree, like doing law.
you usually want to do law with something else, because
okay.
that way you can either, like, if you want to, you can specialize, and B, you have like a second thing in case that you hate law, which is always a good it's always a good thing, because most people don't. I think a lot of people don't like it when they get into it.
Yeah.
I mean, like, depends on what you do, but a lot of it's really boring, like, especially when you start off. It's really boring, like, contract stuff, like literally just typing up
Oh, really?
like legal specifics and doing like grunt work, paperwork. It's like, I just wouldn't be fun for most people. And then like at some point probably like you'll get time to do like actual stuff in court, but that takes a while to even get to that stage. And that you might not even do that, or you might like, law has like a lot to it. So it can't really be encompassed in one thing.
Like as in there's so many strands
Like
of
there's so many
that you
different
can go
things that
into.
you could do, and
Yeah.
everything is like pretty much different,
Yeah.
right? So if you're a criminal lawyer, you're probably gonna be in court quite often.
Yeah.
If you're like a civil lawyer, you can probably settle most cases outside of court, so you might not even see a courtroom a lot of the time.
Okay.
Or depending on what aspect of civil law you do. If you're a family lawyer, you're really boring. And there's like a lot of other stuff,
Yeah.
but it's just there's so many different branches, and everything has its own like niche that it can't really be nailed down to one thing. And you can always be a barrister or a solicitor, so like one person makes notes pretty much, and then the other one actually presents the notes in court. So that's like the difference between those two. And it's like that's like a subset of everything. So
Oh wow. Okay.
it's like it's a lot.
Yeah. So I mean, it is quite flexible. Like you can just do that, and then there's a lot of, even though you're still like in the law business,
Yeah, but you
there's
don't-
still like
yeah.
so many places.
Yeah,
you
but
can go
ideally you want to specialize, right? Like you want to,
Okay.
because like that way you know what you're doing, because there's a lot of laws. So
Yeah.
if you're like moving, jumping everywhere,
Yeah.
you're gonna be dealing with like new jurisdictions and
So
stuff.
how does that
and
work?
stuff.
Like, so you get your double degree just like in the like the general realm of law,
Yeah.
and then you can like specialize.
Well, like specializing just comes with like a job title.
Yeah.
But so like you can be like a family lawyer at a firm,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm not I'm not super sure,
Yeah.
but I don't think the degree offers super specializations, but like
Okay.
actual specializations in it. But maybe it does. Maybe I'm wrong. And if it does, that's great. But like yeah, I think the specialization's more just experience. Unless you're going into something like computer, like IP development, or like IP ownership,
Okay.
like ownership of like titles,
Yeah.
like digital stuff.
Yeah.
Like if you're going into that, you might need some background in coding or something like that to understand what's going on.
Yeah.
And that way you'd probably have a degree in that. But other than that, it's more just like what you have experience with. Yeah.
Why did you want to do law?
Well, my mum's a lawyer.
Okay, nice.
That's one thing. And I don't know. I like arguing with people. It's pretty fun.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, I think that's the main thing. I'm not gonna say something like I want to help people, because that's the opposite of what a lawyer does. So
You want to go
if
big?
anything-
You want to go big corporate lawyer?
If anything, I'm going to hell. But but like, I like arguing with people.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like the whole environment seems fun. I don't mind grunt work, paperwork stuff.
Yeah.
Like the making stuff neat. Like I've got a little bit of OCD, so even like
Works out
making like a
perfectly.
nice document, yeah.
Yeah.
It works for me. Like I don't really mind that too much.
Yeah.
I mean, it's and like I don't know. I guess just learning, just having the foundation.
Yeah.
It's like a little bit foundational to society. So I don't know. It's cool that way, but yeah, that's
So like
that's
yeah,
me.
being in that lawyer position, do you reckon you want to just shoot for the moon like that with that hobby specter suits corporate lawyer big money stuff?
I'm always gonna try and shoot for as high as I can. I don't think
Yeah.
there's gonna be a point where I'm gonna be like, other than like maybe when it's time to fully settle down, then yeah, maybe I might might
totally.
be like a little bit more chill,
Mhm.
spend time with like maybe if I have kids, like
Mhm.
kids. But other than that, I think like most of the time I'm gonna try and go higher and higher and higher and higher. There's no point sitting there and just being satisfied with your job. Don't be satisfied.
Ooh.
There's no point being satisfied.
Wow.
Satisfied gets you nowhere, okay?
Yeah.
Makes you complacent. It's just like it's good for your mental health, but also it's I don't know, you just if you do want to like hustle, you'll never be satisfied with
Yeah.
what you have.
Whoa. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So one of our family friends, he works at like Service New South Wales, and it pays so well.
Does it? Oh,
Yeah,
that's
like
really
even
good.
he just like he came out of, well, he has like a master's.
Oh,
But
okay.
I mean, it's not he didn't even really need that. But whatever, he's got like a service job. He's only like early 20s, but they pay so well. But like what's so bad what he like complains so much about is like everyone around him is just so like they just don't care.
They don't care,
because
yeah.
they've already
That's
got that
insane.
position, even though they're like ranks above him. Like he just complains how they're so lazy, they do absolutely nothing, because they're just like satisfied because they already get paid so much,
Yeah.
and whatever extra effort they put in, there's no point.
I mean, to me, it's like
yeah,
it's just boring.
yeah,
If you're just satisfied, go home, watch TV every day, then like, I mean, might as well just like, I don't know. It just doesn't seem like you're fulfilling yourself at that point. Like, what are you doing if you're just like content and want to go like nowhere else or do nothing else? That's just, I don't know. It's maybe it's for some people, which is fine, I guess. But like, I just think not being satisfied is a lot more fun way to live your life. Only because then every time you make like a progress up, you're gonna feel great.
yes,
And then you're gonna want to work harder. And then when you're probably on your deathbed, you're gonna be like, oh, I actually did a lot.
I had a pretty
Good
life.
Good run. Like,
Yeah.
right? You're not gonna be like, oh, okay, I just existed for like a while. Good stuff. Let's move on to the next big thing, right? Yeah.
No, I love that mindset of like about you. How you just
Well,
want to improve.
yeah. I mean, I like to be super critical of myself personally. I don't know. I just don't think. I don't think this is gonna sound like a weird way of saying things, but I just don't think anyone's like that great. I just think we all have to, including myself, and I think we just got to try and continuously, like, there's always something we can fix about ourselves or make better or like grow up or like just change for the better. I don't know. No one's perfect, but doesn't mean you can't keep trying to make yourself better.
Do you think that's like a very conscious thought that you have in your head, and you have intentional actions that improve all these aspects?
Yeah, I think
in
it's
your
pretty
life?
conscious for me.
You reckon?
Yeah,
Like
that I'm like continuously, like it's like I just want to do better and better and better.
for example, like hard work, like whatever in academics, and then also like, I don't know, maybe even like social like interactions, and like how you talk and speak with people. Do you think those aspects as well?
Yeah, I think sometimes I think how I could have done or like spoken to someone better.
Yeah.
I could have treated someone better.
Wow, nice.
Yeah, I hate treating people badly. Like when I say stupid things sometimes, and I'll just be like, I have to say sorry to this person because that was stupid. Like I shouldn't have said that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm not like that amazing, but yeah. So I don't really think of myself any above like anyone else. But yeah, I think there's a lot of things I can improve on as well.
Nice.
There's nothing that puts me above anyone else. And in fact, if anything, I just want to keep trying to be better than what I am today.
Wow. Yeah. I love your self-awareness as well. Like you look back and think, okay, look, that was whack, Maxim. I'm gonna try to make it better next time.
I mean, when you're as cringe as I am, it's like pretty easy. It's not hard, not hard to be self-aware, right? Yeah, I mean, it's good. It keeps me in check.
Yeah.
A little bit. I don't try like I don't do stupid stuff. Well, I like to try not to do stupid stuff most of the time. And it keeps me from making like decisions that I think that otherwise would be bad. But then again, I don't regret any decisions I have actually made because otherwise I wouldn't have learnt like to where I am today.
Have you ever had any conflicts with people?
Conflicts in what way? What are we
Like,
talking?
I guess what would you say, like, yeah, with words, or like, I mean, if you have physical, that I'd love to hear that as well.
Like I've had
yeah,
like kind of mock, like, okay, I don't. It's hard to say. Like I still don't know what
I
you
guess
fully
like
mean.
I guess just like, or maybe even just like minor like little you know, a little bit of like a back and forth.
Yeah.
And then, like
okay.
you're like dealing with those conflicts.
Like, there was one instance actually this year.
Yeah.
On camp.
Yeah.
Where someone in year 11.
Yeah.
I thought was, you know, he just did something that was like it was in line with his rank, but it was very also not in line with his rank, and also
Okay.
like it seemed very, very pretentious at the time.
Yes.
And obviously, and it was like affected me. And like
It made you look bad.
3 other kids, yeah.
Yeah.
So I was like, in the moment, I was like,
You
I was like, oh, this kid,
this kid.
this
I'm about
kid.
to end him.
But
Yeah.
but no, like in the end, like almost like 30 minutes later, I was in the CP tent, and the command post tent that
Yeah.
we have on camp, and essentially I just like thought to myself, there's literally no point like ruining anything, like because I was good friends with this kid, like decent friends with this kid beforehand, and I thought there's no point like getting upset over this, right? There's no point getting upset over like spilt milk. Yes, I had a teacher yell at me afterwards because he called me out and stuff like that. Yes, that happened, but like
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna be mad about it like the whole time.
Nice.
So I don't know. It's never. I literally told him like no hard feelings. Afterwards, I don't like again. I don't, it's making me feel like I'm talking myself up, but I don't like doing that.
No.
But yeah, I don't know. I was pretty much just like no hard feelings.
Yeah.
And I tried to settle it then. There's no point having arguments with people to like that extent.
Yeah.
It's fun to have like fake ones.
What do you mean fake ones?
Well, like, so me and a friend
Yeah.
had like an argument about like stupid stuff that we didn't actually like, or we like kind of believed, but it was over like some really stupid thing, and we got into a full screaming match just for funs. And like, yeah, they're like, that's fine, and that's why I think I'm gonna be fine with the courtroom, because it's just it's not actually, it's like, I mean, it's real, don't get me wrong, it's like people's livelihoods, but it's like I'm just yelling at someone for like, or I'm making an argument on the basis of like something else. It's not like
It's like
about me.
detached. Yeah, it's detached from yourself.
It's
It doesn't matter
detached,
from you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, nice. Why do you like? Do you think you're? Well, you're just mentally built for the like making arguments on the spot, just like arguing with people.
I don't think I'm at that stage where I'm mentally built for it yet.
Okay.
I mean, it's fine. Like, I enjoy it, but I mean, I haven't been doing debating since like I was 3, so I mean, I wouldn't be able to tell you if I'm like a god at like, or I'm like a debate bro, or I'm like good at making a like super good case on the spot. I don't know.
Is
that only time will tell.
Is that actually a huge part in the law world?
Like I said, if you want, like I said, there was barristers and solicitors.
Yeah.
That's like probably pretty huge for barristers, because they have to like think on the spot because they're in the actual courtroom. But for solicitors, not really. They just do work in the behind the scenes.
Do you know at this point what you want to get into?
What
position you want to fill?
As in like one of those two? Or
Well, yeah, I'm not sure what's involved in
okay.
law, yeah.
Well, I want to be a corporate lawyer.
Okay, good stuff.
Yeah. I still don't know if I want to be a solicitor or a barrister. I'll probably.
Okay, you not do both?
I mean, that's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah.
But like, if you like, I'll probably dabble in between every so often. But I mean, generally with corporate law, solicitor does more anyway, because like I said, it's more settled outside of stuff anyways.
Yeah. So is law, like as a lawyer, do you only like resolve issues which might come up, or do you also like help with whatever mergers, like big company deals?
Help with probably everything. Like there'll be like financial protections. Mergers would be like a once in a lifetime event for a company, right? Like that'd be a lot of legal, unless it's like a huge company that does it like every day. They're just nom-noms companies. Like that'd be a pretty big thing. Like on a day-to-day basis, it's probably more just like setting up contracts or I don't know, it would be like maybe dealing with small suits that are related to the company.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's if you're in a bigger company. You probably wouldn't be a corporate lawyer for a small company because they can't afford it, or they'll just hire you and you work for a different firm. You work for an actual firm instead of the company.
So with you, do you reckon like if like when you get into like a firm, do you think kind of your journey would just be I'm just gonna keep on trying to climb up ranks?
Yeah, definitely. I don't really want to go into a business for that reason, because like once you're a lawyer there, it's not like you can. It's much easier if you're just a normal employee there to go to CEO. Like if you.
Oh really?
Yeah, because as a lawyer, like you're specializing in like you're like, sure, you get paid more than like the average Joe, right?
Yes.
But the average Joe can go to like, is actually doing the work that's of the company. You're not doing the work of the company. You're doing the legal stuff. So like you're not gonna be able to get CEO of that company as easily as like someone that's like on the same level as you, but is an actual like does the work of the company, right? So if I worked at like Google as a lawyer, that's
Yes.
I'm not gonna get CEO compared to someone who's like
yes.
knows the coding, has been working at Google, and actually works with the software, right?
I guess, yeah.
Yeah. So I at least that's what I think. Or they'll just hire externally, which is what happens most of the time. It's pretty hard to climb up.
But like ideally,
That's why firm's better, because then you can actually climb up.
oh right,
I reckon.
Yeah. But ideally, like, you know, whatever's at the very top, Maxim is just gonna go try to reach for.
I mean, I'll try.
Yeah.
I'll try. Always try.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's no guarantee that I'll succeed or not. And there's no guarantee that anyone succeeds or not. But
Yeah.
you gotta take the first step.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta give it a go. If it doesn't work out, doesn't work out. But
Yeah.
I mean, then just try again. I don't know. That's just the mindset I seem to have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And are you set on staying just in Australia, or were you also like happy to just go overseas maybe for work?
The problem with law and like med, is when you go overseas, you generally like there are entrance exams to like being able to even practice in each jurisdiction. So like it's
That's a bit iffy.
I would want to go to America, but it's like pretty iffy, because then you have to study it's a whole different system there, right? If you study at UCID, you can't just like jump to America and start practicing there, but you can in Australia. So it'd be hard. But I mean, maybe
I guess, maybe like later down the line.
Yeah, maybe later down the line.
Because I'm sure, like, I mean, once Maxim makes those like big racks,
If I make those big racks,
when you make those big racks and you decide to move, it'll be like a easy task.
That's the hope. That's the hope.
Yeah.
It means I got to do more studying though. I'm very sick of that. So
after like the 5 double degree years, does that would you still study more, or you're just completely done?
No, once you've sat the bar, I think there's a bar. Yeah, there should be a bar.
Yeah.
Then you don't really need to study.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just work from now on.
Yeah.
Which is good
stuff. Yeah. Okay, so I guess before we finish,
Mm-hmm.
I like to finish off with just like some rapid questions, which I just like ask everyone.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Alright, some rapid questions, Maxim. So, firstly, well, I mean, it doesn't have to be rapid. You can just answer.
Yeah.
So, firstly, what is the single most important thing in your life right now?
Single most important thing.
Yes.
Oh, that's hard. All these rapid questions. Single most important thing. I guess not disappointing myself. That would have to be it. As a single most important thing. Or do you want me to actually specify?
You really turned the tables back on me with the broad answer.
Well, okay.
No.
Okay. I guess, single most important thing would definitely be like getting the ATAR and the thing that I into the course that I want right now. I mean, I'm a high school, like, right? Like, that's gonna be pretty much my goal.
Yeah. That's your number one priority.
Yeah.
And but besides that, is there like anything else that you have to worry about, or is it primarily HSC? And then I guess like some uni applications. Is that right?
Yeah, I think. I mean, just making sure I don't do anything like stupid to people that I know, or like as in, or like just treat them poorly. I think that's a pretty big priority.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's all. I'm only like 17, right? So there's not much else I can really super say that's important just yet. Still growing up. Still time.
Yes, sir. Okay, no, that was a good answer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, question 2. What is one thing you're struggling with at the moment?
Is this gonna be related to study or can anything?
Anything.
Okay, well, then I'm gonna answer the cop out. Probably academics. When it comes to economics, is really hard for me. Like,
Yeah.
I just don't know. I seem to not be able to like properly prepare for most of the tests. I don't know. Getting around to actually doing the study seems to be pretty hard for me.
Did you find that the case to be for last year as well?
Yeah, Echo was like pretty much my worst subject other than English. Last year as well.
Yeah.
So I think that's probably my biggest struggle when it comes to academics.
Yeah.
Yeah, outside of that, just making like sure that I make sure that I like go outside like enough and like hang out with friends enough.
Yeah. And have those memories.
And have good times.
Yeah.
And don't like miss out. I'm struggling to like not miss out on stuff because of like it's not FOMO necessarily, but like I want to go to one of our school's like sport events right before time's up. Or like I want to do, like those kinds of things.
Yeah, like having those highlights.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah, this past like 2 times I think.
Yeah.
What I was thinking a lot to myself was, in like a couple years or so, I wouldn't think back to like, I didn't study for like this 2-hour, like 3-hour block for that one night. I'm gonna remember that one soccer game I went to.
Yeah, exactly.
And I was just trying to remember these like just go to these highlights, which I think is like important rather than just going out and having those kind of like 10% having fun moments.
You're never gonna remember like the halfway or the like the study ones. That's not that interesting. Yeah. Actually another thing I'm struggling with is going to the gym. I need to go to the gym. I need to actually hit it.
So many boys. I feel like our whole year group goes gym.
Yeah,
like everyone goes gym.
This especially these holidays. A lot of people have been going gym. So it's like putting even more pressure on me. Yeah.
No, I think gym is like really good.
Yeah, it's good.
Because I guess it kind of, it's like it uses up time definitely, but it makes you feel better as well. It like releases those. Is it called endorphins?
I think so. Yeah.
Like the happy like stuff in
good.
your body.
It's good. I mean, you never want to do it beforehand, right? Well, at least I find for me like I never want to go. I'm like, surely not.
Yeah.
But then after you do it, it's like after you do it, it's like so good.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, I just need to like just do it.
Yes,
right?
sir. Yeah. We'll be going gym. Yeah. Okay. Number 3. This is kind of a big question as well. But what is the biggest regret so far in your life?
That is a hard one as well. I don't think I have, like, I could be nicer to, like, specific people that I'm thinking of that I'm not gonna say.
Yeah.
But yeah, these people, like, I should have been, I should treat them better. Like, I'll just say it. Like, I just don't talk to a lot of my family. Like, I don't, they'll call and I just will be busy.
Yeah.
I won't pick up the phone and I'll just text them, and it'll be pretty dry texting as well.
Yeah.
I think that's like probably my biggest regret is that I'm not treating them, like, I'm just super focused on other stuff. And yeah, I don't know. I don't think I've been the nicest to them either. At my time, I've just been a stupid teenager, right? So like, I could be better. I could be better to maybe to more like extended family, but also just like even my parents, I could be nicer to them, be more understanding. Yeah, that's probably my biggest regret.
Then I'm just thinking as well.
It's a hard question.
Yeah. Yeah, with that with that family kind of thing, I definitely get you. Like, it feels almost kind of like an obligation. Like you have to, like you have to just, I guess, whatever, reply more, be more open.
No, but I just feel like I've just been like mean or like straight up like rude sometimes.
A little bit cold, yeah.
Yeah, cold when it's just not just like normal. Like I've just been very argumentative, like as normal teenagers do. But like I feel like I've been more in particular than a lot of other probably other people. So I just feel like, especially with how much they commit to like, maybe not in time, but at least in money, to my like future.
Yeah.
Like I should probably be more grateful for that than I am.
No, I'm really happy you brought that up. Yeah, because like it's so great that you're like, you're like self-aware of that, and that is something that you notice. And yeah, definitely, it's like for me as well. That was a kind of switch on for me, is like I gotta be more open as well.
I mean, most teenagers do. I only know of a few people that are like super nice to their parents all the time. And like, oh my god, love you so much, and stuff like that. I'm like, I almost roll my eyes every time. I'm like, surely not. Like, you don't call your dad like every 30 minutes. Like, I barely call my parents like once a day.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Yeah. I love that you shared that. Thank you, Maxim. Okay, question 4. What's something about our current society that you don't like, and how would you change that?
I don't like the idea that people can't do better than their personal best, if that makes sense. Like, we're always told in school that we should strive for our personal best, and remember, it's only your personal, like, it's only your personal best that you're trying to weight against. Like, why are we limiting people? Why are we saying that?
I agree.
Why are we saying that they can only do their personal best? What everyone's personal best is not like that. That's putting a bar on people that doesn't exist. Everyone can be anyone. I just think, like, yeah, it's harder. It's just going to be harder for some people due to their circumstances. But I just think, and the personal best thing isn't a bad thing, but I think we lean to like pretty far into it and say that people can't do any better, and people feel like they can't do any better. And it's just like, just because you can do better doesn't mean you have to like crap on yourself the whole time. You're not gonna feel like, just because you can do better doesn't mean you should feel atrocious about yourself. It just means that you can like try better, do more.
Yes.
I feel like it's everyone's personal best is the best.
Yes.
It's personal best is just making our like tunnel visioning us into like a little like quartile that we're like meant to stay in, because we can't go past the top, we can't go past there. That's where the super smart kids go. Yeah. I'm not super smart kid, so I can't get up to, like, it's just not. Or like I can't go up to where all the other like super sporty kids are, because I'm not that, like, I can't go gym because I'm like, it's just not.
Yeah.
Like, it's not fair to people. Like, I mean, we probably like it more because it gives us an excuse.
Yes.
But it's not fair to people when they can always do better, in my opinion. It's always a step up. As personal best is the best, in my opinion. Yeah. I mean, even at our school, they do stress that from year 7. Like, they do. Stop comparing yourself to other people. Don't compare yourself.
You have to just look at yourself and reach your best. You got to improve from just like last week or like last term.
And it makes sense, and it's like, it's good to some extent, and we don't want people to feel way too much pressure. Yeah. But I don't feel like we stress enough that it doesn't, just because like you're going for that personal best in that moment, I guess, is what we're trying to say. Because in the end, your like long-term personal best is the best.
Yeah,
so
I agree.
There's no point like saying that people can't do that. I don't know, it just feels feels really wrong because everyone can do that. And everyone, if everyone wants to try, there's no need to. And because we tell people that, they become a little bit complacent and they don't fully try as hard as they might want to, which is fine, I guess. But I don't know. I just feel like they might be able to do better. There's a lot of potential in a lot of people. Yeah. There's no reason that they should not be achieving that because they've just gotten told that their personal best is what they should be striving for.
Yeah, I definitely feel like that message was ingrained in my head for the longest time, like all the way until year 10, or like until year 11. I was just always, I don't know, in like the middle top, like section, like not the best, but not too much in the middle, because like my identity, like I associated that directly with my identity. Like I couldn't possibly get the top marks like all the other kids because that wasn't who I was.
Yeah, but it's just not true.
That was my personal best.
Right, but it's not true, right?
Yeah,
like
it's so
like
bad,
even like last term, like there's no way people always say there's no way you're gonna get full marks on a math test, especially extension 1 or extension 2.
Yes.
Swari goes ahead and gets almost full marks in like an extension 2 test.
Yeah.
And like that's ridiculous, and then that's seemingly impossible. For some people, like it's just not impossible. He just puts a lot of effort into it. Or like he got full marks in the extension 1 test as well. Like I don't know. It seems flawed.
Yeah.
That's just the way I see it though.
Yeah. Like it wasn't until year 11 that I realized like literally and any of us get full marks. Like if you just put in time.
Yeah. Anyone can state rank anything.
Can do that.
Anyone can do anything. Like sure, natural talent is like there and a thing, but like the reality is if you try hard enough, it's not gonna matter.
Yeah.
Like I think to some extent it's not gonna matter. Yes, obviously if someone who's smart and who tries a lot, tries the same amount as someone who just tries a lot and maybe isn't as much naturally smart.
Yeah.
That he's gonna do probably worse.
Yeah.
But if you get 99.5, who cares? Like, who cares if someone else gets 99.75, right?
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter. Like, you've still done really well.
Yeah.
Unless you want to go into UCID Med. Well, then, even the other kid's not getting into it. So, I don't know. It seems pretty useless.
Yeah. Okay. No, bro, I love that answer so much. Yeah. Don't listen to that personal best BS.
Well, I mean, do listen to it. Just don't.
To an extent.
Yeah, just don't let it limit you. Don't let it stop you.
Okay, bro, bloody nice. Okay, this is kind of a shift. What is your? I said top 3 favorite movies, but we can say top 3 favorite movies or TV shows.
Oh, top 3 favorite movies. Ooh.
Are you much of a movie watcher?
I don't know. That should be
More
hard.
of a
How we talk? Are we like talking from entire like childhoods, or are we talking like right now?
I mean, like,
because I probably like some stuff back then, like, and it's probably gonna sit with me forever because it was just like a big part.
We'll say childhood as well.
Okay. I think for number 1, I think the Pirates movies, the Pirates trilogy,
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah.
Wow, nice.
That was I think that was my childhood favorite
nice.
series.
Yeah, I rewatched it last time on my trip to like China. I just like rewatched all of it, and it's how
the
crazy
first 3 are really good, but
it was like made in the 2000s.
Yeah,
like,
I know.
2000.
It looks amazing
CGI,
as well.
It's crazy. Yeah.
The music's amazing. It's like it's all really good.
Awesome. Yeah.
Then I think John Wick's probably my second.
Really?
Yeah, I think John Wick's my second.
I didn't love John Wick
because it's just so different. I'm so used to like traditional stories where they like.
I feel like that it was a really basic storyline.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I was shocked how well they could do some guy that was just going on a spree. Like, I don't know. I found it really interesting.
No, fair enough. Yeah.
And then third one. That's gonna be hard. Probably have to be a Star Wars Empire Strikes Back. Yeah.
Yeah. Good answer.
What about you?
About me? I think action movie wise.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Well, do you know? Have you watched the movie Tenet?
No, but I've heard of like the concept. I think. Wait, have I? I think I have. Is
It's
it
like-
all the
it's-
time?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like Inception,
shift-
but it's like a new
backwards
Yeah, yeah,
time.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, I have watched it.
You watched
yeah.
it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you like it?
Yeah, I thought it was good.
I
thought it was way
really
overcooked,
liked it.
Yeah.
I think that's my favorite. That's like my most perfect. It hasn't reached my perfect standard
Yeah,
yet,
okay.
but it's like the nearest to perfect
Yeah, it's
so
really
far.
good. Yeah.
I was like concentrated so hard, just like
you
watching.
have to.
I
You
was, like,
have to concentrate. So
yeah, I
hard
was like trying to
understand
work
what's
out
going on.
Yeah, yeah, okay.
Because it's
It's
Christopher Nolan. That guy's brain is like too
Yeah.
big.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was mad. And then
Yeah.
like with the music as well, I thought that was executed so well.
Mm-hmm.
But another movie I really like. This is gonna sound odd, but like I really like those musical movies. Have you watched La La Land?
No,
I
sorry.
love La La Land so much. It's so, like, I mean, a lot of people think it's weird because like people are just walking and having conversation, and people just start like choreography, just
Yeah,
dancing.
it's a
But-
little strange, but it's
Yeah, it's but I just get so excited by it. But
Yeah,
I love that movie.
sometimes they can be pretty good.
Yeah. And then yeah, I don't know. I feel like those two just stick out really.
Nothing else.
Madagascar is cool.
Fair
Minions,
enough.
I don't know.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I like
Oh,
those,
yeah,
but
yeah.
yeah. Okay, I guess. Okay, second last question. What is one piece of advice you would give to everyone listening? I mean, you've dropped a lot of bars already, but
Okay, I don't know about bars, but I don't know. Just keep going.
keep going.
I don't. There's not much advice I would give. If actually one thing I will say is do what you wanted to do that's out of your comfort zone. If you're a smart kid, go to the gym.
Oh.
If you're a gym boy, try getting a good mark. Or like if you're not getting good marks, right?
Yes.
A lot of people do get both. If you're like super gym and you like struggle with doing academic stuff, maybe allocate a little bit more time. Just see how it goes.
Yes.
Like, or if you're you're like scared of heights, go do something that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah, just those things. Getting out of your comfort zone is really important.
I love that message. Yeah, because so many of us earlier on in our like teenage years, we have just this like strength in one aspect, but I think only like now more recently everyone's like stretching along.
Yeah.
And getting more
Yeah.
focused like
Yeah.
broadly. Yeah, like all this like nutty kids are going gym.
Yeah,
Or
no,
like
all
the 40
nerdy
kids
Yeah.
was like started going like,
Yeah.
like hustling on their studies, which I think is so cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's actually really good.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I mean, Freddie Harris is really impressive.
Yeah, it's such a gun.
Yeah, I was shocked when I first started hearing that he was like one of the smartest
Yeah.
kids. Yeah, I mean, I was.
I
really
couldn't
impressed.
believe it. Yeah.
yeah.
It's such a gun. Yeah. I guess this. I mean, you kind of like already answered this, but like last question: what will you be focusing on for the next 6 months in your life?
I mean,
HSC.
yeah.
HSC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Okay, well, yeah. I mean,
Alright.
I guess that's really it. Like, thank you, Maxim.
Thank you
like,
for having me.
Dude, I really enjoyed it.
Oh yeah, I had a
learned
good
so
time as
much,
well.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, good luck with all your studies.
Good luck as
you're,
well.
You're like one of the hardest workers I've ever met.
Don't know about that, but sure.
You know how to you have all, like everything in your life together very well done, and you because like you
that's how
put
I
a lot
like it,
you put a
okay.
lot of conscious like work and effort into it. So yeah, I really
Thank you
respect
for
you,
that.
buddy. Yeah. But yeah, I guess that's really it, guys. I really hope you enjoyed that. We definitely really did as well. Hopefully the next episode's coming soon. But yeah, we'll just keep it short, sweet, and we'll see you later, guys. This is Teenage Hurdles Podcast. My name is Henry.
And I'm Maxim.
We shall see you later. Bye.